Is Nintendo about to shadow drop a surprise Zelda game still this year? That's what our latest leak is all about, and so we've got to dive in. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Freaking Zelda, the gift that keeps on giving, and a surprise unlike any other. This is all sorts of unexpected, all sorts of crazy, and I definitely want to talk about what I think it is and get your takes on what you think it is as well. Plus, we've got another couple news beats to dive into. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Thanks so much for being here. Hit that like button if you enjoy these videos. Let's talk about Capcom reiterating they have a major unannounced title scheduled to arrive before March 2024. I'm not going to belabor this point. I've talked about it before. They claim that they have a major game that's going to sell millions of copies arriving before March 2024. Just in case you haven't checked, it's almost November. This game is not announced, and it's apparently coming out in the next 4 months and going to sell millions. It's a major unannounced title. Everybody thinks it's Monster Hunter, considering that their anniversary is in March, and I have no idea why this game isn't announced unless it's tied into something even bigger, like say maybe a brand new console, although we're running out of time for that as well, so I don't know. But keep this on your radar. I will reference it again later. Capcom with a major unannounced game in the next 4 months. Sakurai is skeptical that they can ever release Smash Brothers, which I think is pretty funny. He says it would be difficult to push it any further than we have, referencing how ambitious Smash Bros. Ultimate is and what the heck they do for the next game. As for what comes next for the Smash Brothers series, even I'm not sure. I feel we truly succeeded in making people happy with this game, but now that Smash Brothers has grown to be monstrous in size, I'd say it's difficult to imagine an increase of this magnitude happening again. And yeah, I fully agree with Sakurai. I think the only option here is some sort of reboot, retcon, reorganization. I don't think you go into Smash Brothers Ultimate 2 and try to just make it bigger, better, and puffier. There's just no real way to do that. Maybe you go back and reorganize the original characters. And by that I mean give a smaller scaled game like Smash Brothers, but with a totally new set of characters and totally new moves. I think at this point, it's nearly impossible to one-up Smash Bros. Ultimate, and perhaps the only alternative is to retry. And not like they need to retry because it's been poor, but retry because they've reached the ultimate form. You see, Mario Kart seems to have an infinite surplus of options because its roster has not ballooned too far. It has an infinite option surplus of tracks as well because those are kind of like stages. They can be made out of just about anything. But Smash Bros. Ultimate has a humongous online mode, a humongous single player mode, a humongous roster, and there's really not much more you can do. And we've heard this point echoed now from Sakurai multiple times of like, what do you do after that? And I'm so curious to see what Nintendo does after that because I literally have no idea. I don't know where they go from here, and I hope that they go somewhere completely original. I think even if it's sort of maybe a bit initially received as a quirky, strange, disappointing move, I'm really, really excited to see what becomes of Smash Brothers in its next iteration. But all right, let's talk about The Legend of Zelda. Oh, baby, I did not think we'd be talking about Zelda again this year because, you know, Tears of the Kingdom is out. Maybe it does win Game of the Year at Game Awards, but that's sort of a secondary type discussion. And we know that Aonuma and Co. have confirmed there's no DLC, so Zelda's kind of done for 2023, right? Now think again, because Serkin Toto, who's a very popular industry analyst, he's a Japanese game industry analyst who's made a lot of predictions and a lot of reports in the past, he tweeted out Z space R space 2023. ZR 2023. Now, even more interesting, this tweet is now deleted, which you can read into that a whole bunch of different ways, but ZR 2023 is being read as Zelda Remake or Zelda Remastered 2023. He's clearly hinting at something Zelda. There's not many other Z's in the gaming world besides me, Zach, and of course, the legendary Nintendo franchise. Now, what's even more interesting about this is Serkin Toto has tweeted about Zelda before Z222 when he believed that Tears of the Kingdom was released in 2022. That game was pushed back out of 2022, as we know, into May 2023, but he's used this Z abbreviation before, so we're going to say ZR 2023 is Zelda Remake. This could be the coveted, much anticipated, long awaited, always rumored Zelda Twilight Princess and Wind Waker remasters that we have wanted on Switch since the system first arrived. Many people have predicted these, they've always been wrong. Could they finally be coming? The question is where, how, when, and why. Nintendo has WarioWare releasing in just a few days, Super Mario RPG's remake releasing in just a couple of weeks, and I don't really see much room in the calendar for them to release another major game. Now, perhaps Nintendo doesn't consider this to be a major release, and they have utilized Zelda offshoots with quick release schedules before. They previously announced Age of Calamity, the Hyrule Warriors spin-off / follow-up, in September of 2020, and then dropped that game November of 2020. That's about a 2-month threshold. We don't really have 2 more months to spare in 2024. They literally have to announce this game right now to even have a 2-month lead up. I just can't see Nintendo doing some sort of multi-month lead up or announcement and release in 2023. Now, could they announce in 2023 and then release in early 2024? Yes, absolutely. Although the early 2024 schedule is also becoming quite crowded. We know that they're going to be releasing the Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake. We know they have Princess Peach Showtime. It seems like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door is going to be a first half title. They've got Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. So where do they squeeze this in? My best guess is one of two things. One, I think Nintendo announces this at the Game Awards. Since they do not have a Zelda DLC announcement, they're probably anticipating a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom win, or at least, a big presence at Jeff Keighley's show. So maybe they do announce a Zelda 2-pack remake, remaster for 2024. I think that does make a lot of sense. Maybe it does slot in for April or May, or I don't know, they double up one of the months. It's plausible. They could definitely do that. Or Nintendo decides to get real crazy, real wild, and does stealth drop one of those titles, or both, at the Game Awards. Now you might say, wow, that's insane, but Nintendo did stealth drop Zelda DLC at the Game Awards before with Breath of the Wild, so it's not like they haven't done it before. And maybe they do want to give some sort of December surprise. They don't really have a major December game of any sort, first party, to launch and release. This could be it. They could fill it. I suppose there's a chance that it's not Twilight Princess or Wind Waker. Could it instead be a different Zelda title? Could it instead be something else that stands for R? Could it be a Link Between Worlds remaster? Could it be a Oracle of Ages or Seasons remaster? I find those to be harder to believe, and the more crazy you get with this game announcement, the less likely I believe it still is possible in 2023. Now, someone suggested that maybe Circuit Toto meant the fiscal year 2023, which would end in March, and I guess that makes sense for release, but there's no way that they're gonna announce that, in January and then launch it in March. I don't know. Then he wouldn't put 2023 at all, I don't think. I think he's definitely indicating either a announcement or a full-on release in 2023. Now, let's talk about him deleting the tweet, because that is a little bit suspicious, but in some ways I think that could be a good thing. If you're a Zelda hopeful, him deleting the tweet shows that it has struck a chord, and perhaps he either A, feels bad, or B, got a little nudge from somebody saying, maybe you shouldn't spoil Nintendo's surprise. I think him leaving the tweet up there is actually worse for the likelihood and follow through of this leak / rumor than him deleting it. That seems suspicious, that seems strange, and I do want to know who moved him to do that, who indicated, hey, you probably should let this go. If Nintendo does have a big Game Awards surprise drop for Zelda, that would be one of their best moves in years. It would be the perfect Christmas star on an absolutely incredible Nintendo year. After Mario Wonder's amazing success, Tears of the Kingdom's domination, Mario RPG's clever return trip to nostalgia, and now another Zelda title, I'll remind you that Jeff Grubb did say something Zelda was happening later in 2023, and that something has not happened. At the time, we thought maybe he was referring to DLC or some sort of anniversary, some sort of toy, some sort of offshoot. Maybe this is exactly what he was talking about. Maybe he knew that something was going to happen late in the year. And by late, we mean really late. I'm very curious to see what this becomes, what happens, and how the heck this works out. I'll definitely keep you posted if more is divulged about this. But now you have a Zelda game to look forward to, whereas 10 minutes ago, Zelda was on hiatus for quite a while. I would be stunned to see Nintendo do something like this, but at the same time, closing out the Switch lifecycle with extreme confidence and another heavy blow to absolutely milk the most sales they possibly can for hardware numbers out of this holiday season, it does make a lot of sense. So let me know your take in the comments down below. If I had to give you one guess, I'm going stealth drop of one of these Zelda titles released on the eShop during Jeff Keighley's show. I think that'd be phenomenal. I think it makes a lot of sense. And you know what? I think Nintendo's crazy enough right now to just get it done. So let me know your take. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.